Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name's Paula. Today we're going to be working through a prenatal yoga sequence that's really great for lengthening and strengthening the lower back. Particularly as you get into your second and third trimester, you might start to feel that it's getting a little bit achy and sore. So this is a really great sequence to work through. Just if you can, have 2 blocks handy, especially if you're in your third trimester, it starts to become a little bit more important. So let's just get straight into it. If you can, sitting on your heels. If you can't, just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. You could always grab a cushion if you want to elevate your hips slightly as well. Just resting your hands lightly on your thighs. Close down your eyes. Just noticing the natural breath flowing in and out. Having a sense of some length right up through the entire spinal column, out through the crown of the head. Shoulders are soft. Just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more, just like that, deep breath in. Exhaling out. 1 more, inhaling and exhaling. And then just come back to breathing in and out through the nose. Now let's open the eyes. Just open the knees out wide or come over your knees if you're sitting in a cross-legged position. Big toes together, knees nice and wide for your belly, and then just walk your hands forward just to where you can. So coming into child's pose to start off with. If you can, you could bring your head all the way down. If you're a little bit later in your pregnancy, you could just pop your head on a block. Start to really reach away with the hands and then reach that tailbone back towards your heels. Now we're going to cultivate Ujjayi breathing now. So as you inhale, thinking about breathing and broadening into the entire expanse of the rib cage. So as you inhale, the rib cage goes out to the sides, to the front, to the back, and just slightly up. And as you exhale, just feeling that rib cage narrow back in, and then the tailbone can reach back as you exhale. And then just doing that again, nice deep breath in to the sides, front, back, and up the rib cage, and then as you exhale, reaching the tailbone down towards the heels. Just continue, just another couple of breaths, just like that. And really noticing how your body's feeling today as we keep moving through the sequence. If anything doesn't feel good for you, please just back off, really take care of yourself, listen to your body. And now let's come up onto all fours. Just move your block off to the side. Setting up those wrists underneath the shoulders, spreading your fingers, knees underneath the hips. Long spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And let's take a few cat-cows. So as you inhale, allowing the spine to arch, doesn't have to over-arch, lift your eyes up slightly. And then as you exhale, let's curve the spine up towards the ceiling, tucking the chin in, pressing down through your shin bones. And then again, inhale. And exhale. And then again, inhaling. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then coming back into your tabletop position. Let's take an inhale to extend that right leg up. Flex the foot, level with the torso. And then as you exhale, bring that right leg down. And then again, inhale, extend the left leg back, flexing that left foot. And then exhale, bring the leg down. And the right leg, inhale, extending it back, straighten that right leg as much as you can, and exhale, bring it down. And then the left, inhaling, And then exhale. Either just continue with just the leg, or let's add the left arm and right leg. Inhale, and then exhale. Left leg, right arm, inhale, and then exhale down. We're going to continue. Inhale, and exhale. We're going to do 5 more. This is 5. And 4. And 3. Two. And 1. And coming back down. We're going to come back to the right side. Extend the left arm forward if you can. And just hold it here. Make sure the crown of the head is reaching forward and you're reaching back with that right heel. Keep the breath open here. And then let's exhale, bring that right leg down and we'll just swap it over. Extend that left leg up, extend the right arm forward. Try to steady the breathing. Keeping that left leg parallel. And then let's bring that leg and hand down. Tuck the toes under, coming into your down facing dog. Feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider if you need a bit more space for your belly. Really plug down through those hands. And let's just take a pedal out through the feet. And if you'd like to, we're just going to take a little figure 8 with the hips. So the hips go to the right as the right knee bends, and then hips go to the left as the left knee bends. Thinking about the side of the body lengthening as that leg straightens. And then just settling back down. Take 5 slow deep breaths just in down facing dog. Come back down to your knees. Bring the thumbs together and then step the right foot forward. So both hands are inside of that right leg. Take an inhale, just shift the hips back. And then as you exhale, shift your hips forward. Open across the collarbones. If you need a block here, just grab your block to come up a little bit higher. You could even use 2 blocks if you need to. I'm just going to hold it here. Just find a steady spot for the eyes. If you can think of another action, imagine your tailbone, which is just right down at the bottom of your sacrum, it's just reaching down slightly towards the floor. And that should strengthen this opening across that left quadricep and hip flexor, which all attaches into your lower back. Just another few breaths here. Just breathing into that sensation that's coming up. Take 1 more inhale, just open across the chest slightly. And then as you exhale, we're going to start to shift the hips back, grab your other block, bring them to the sides, and then flex that right foot towards you. Take another inhale to lengthen up through the chest, and then as you exhale, just come forward down to where you can. If you need to be up higher, feel free to be up higher. Otherwise here, if you don't need the blocks, then just bring your hands down. Try to draw that right hip back and the left hip forward. And we're just going to stay here. So here we're really targeting the glutes, the hamstrings and the outside of that right leg. It's the ITB band, which can get very tight, and that really affects the lower back. Nice, easy, steady breath. And then on your next inhale, let's bend through that right knee. Just shift your blocks off to the side. And then let's bring this right leg back. Tuck the toes under, come into down facing dog. Just for 3 breaths. And then let's come back down onto the knees. Bring the thumbs together so you can step that left leg forward. So both hands are on the inside. Just creep it forward towards the center, just to where you can. Make sure you've got enough room for your belly. You want to creep that right knee just a little bit further back. Take an inhale to just shift the hips back. And as you exhale, curling that tailbone slightly under to bring the hips forward. Once again, using your block if you would like a little bit more height here. Particularly in the later stages of your pregnancy, you just need that little bit more support. Try to enjoy being in this space of stillness. And even though we're still, there's still quite a lot going on in the body. So just see if you can notice what's happening. And just particularly on the exhale, seeing if you can just let that right thigh just come a little bit further forward, but at the same time, try not to overarch into the back here. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to start to straighten that left leg, grab your other block, and start to flex that left foot towards you. You might want to shift it a bit further to the center or keep it out to the side, depending on how your belly's feeling. Take an inhale to lengthen out, and then exhale coming forward, either staying here or bringing your hands down. Keep the left foot quite active, so flexed, toes up towards the ceiling, and gently drawing that left hip back. This is often a really strong pose for most people. I absolutely adore this pose. It's Ardha Hanumanasana, which is leading into the splits, something to look forward to later down the track. But so wonderful just as it is. And just on that exhale, just noticing if you can soften anywhere. And then let's take an inhale. Bend that front leg. Just move the block off to the side once again. You can keep both hands to the inside as you take that left leg back. Separate those hands, shoulder distance apart, coming into your down facing dog once again. Now we're going to use that sequence again, but we're just going to add on slightly. Now you can come down to your knees and step forward with your hands together the way that we just did. If you would like to, let's take this right leg up into three-legged dog. Straighten that right leg as much as you can. Everyone can try this one before we come down to the knees. Now if you need to come down to the knees, bring that right leg down. If you don't, just step that right foot forward. You can just step it to the outside of that right hand and then come back down onto that left knee. Creeping that left knee back slightly. You want to try to have this right knee over the ankle. And if you need your block, grab your block. Let's keep the left toes curled under this time. If you can, coming down flat onto the hands. And again, if you want to curl that tailbone under and start to arch through that upper spine slightly, you'll start to feel it being a little bit more deeper into that hip flexor or that psoas muscle. Take one more inhale, just open across the chest. And then exhale, starting to straighten that right leg. Once again, using your blocks if you would like to. Flexing that right foot, take an inhale. Release the back toes down. Exhale, fold forward. We're not going to hold it for as long this time. And then inhale to bend into that right leg. Shift that left leg behind you. Just pop your blocks one to either side, just in case you do need it. Straighten that right leg and just right heel in line with the left knee. Extend those arms out. Take an inhale and then exhale, just leaning over towards that right leg, reaching out through the left fingertips. And then if your neck's okay here, just turning the head to look up. So try not to be weight bearing down to that right hand, just be light on the fingertips. And then inhale, coming back up. As you exhale, bring the hand down. Now you might want to just have your hand on the block, or if you can, have the hand all the way down and reach that right arm over and then look up towards the ceiling. Inhale to come back up. Bend that right knee, just bring that right foot just a little bit closer in towards you and keep that leg turned out, okay? Place that right hand to the inside of the knee, left hand to the waist, and turning the head to look over the left shoulder. Take an inhale to extend the arms out. And then as you exhale, let's bring that right elbow down to the thigh and reach that left arm up. Index finger and thumb just lightly touching. And let's inhale. Come back up. As you exhale, bringing that hand down onto the block, onto the mat. Extend that right leg away, reaching out through that right hand. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's come all the way back up. Bend that right knee once again. Hands to the waist. We're going to just turn slightly towards that right leg, bring the hands down in front of you and start to walk your hands forward just to where you can. If you can, pop them flat onto the mat, let the head just relax down, lengthen out through both sides of the waist. Particularly if you're in the later stages of your pregnancy, feel free to stay here. The next couple of things are just an option if you're in your first or second trimester. Bring that left foot back, walk your hands slightly back towards that right foot, and then start to straighten that left leg, place the left heel down. And so it's as if we're in our warrior two legs, and we're just going to walk those hands out once again. Let the head relax down. And then let's just come back down onto that the left knee. Everyone walk your hands back towards the front and then step that right leg back, coming into your down facing dog. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Let's take the left leg up into three-legged dog. This is an option. Try to keep this left leg parallel rather than opening out the hip at the moment. Take one more inhale, either coming down to your knees to step forward or step that left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Walking that left foot back to the center. Come down onto that right knee. Let's keep the toes tucked under. If you can, hands flat on the mat or onto your block. And we're just going to add that little curl of the tailbone down and then little arch of the spine up. And then inhale to open across the collarbones. And then exhale, starting to straighten that left leg, walking the hands out to the side, using both blocks if you need to here. Remember that. Take an inhale to come up, and then exhale, walking your hands forward. You can release the back toes down. Trying to keep this left leg parallel. And then inhale, coming forward onto that right knee, that left knee, sorry. Bring that right foot behind you and then start to straighten up. Step that left foot slightly forward so the left heel is in line with the right knee. Open the arms out, take an inhale, and then exhale, leaning down towards this left leg, very light with that left hand, and then turning the head to look up towards the ceiling. Make sure you're not locking out through this knee, a little bend through the knee if you need to. And often this right shoulder will want to come forward. You want to keep bringing that left shoulder forward. So really lengthening out through the side body. And then inhale, coming back up. As you exhale, hand onto the block or onto the mat, reaching this left arm over and just holding it here. And then let's inhale, come back up, bend that left knee, bring the foot a little bit closer in towards you, left hand to the inside of the knee, right hand to the waist, and just opening out, looking to the right hand side. Inhale, extend the arms up. As you exhale, left elbow comes down to the left thigh. Bring the index finger and thumbs together, looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale to come back up, hand down, block onto the mat, reach that left leg away. Exhale completely here, take one more inhale, and then exhale, coming back up. Bend that knee once again, hands to the waist, turning to face that left leg slightly, just on the diagonal, and then bringing those hands down. Walk your hands out just to where you can. Thinking about lengthening out through both sides of the waist. And remember, it's an option to just stay where you are. If you'd like to, just bring your hands a little bit closer in towards you. Bring the right foot behind you. Lift up. Place that right heel down and then bend into that left leg. So it's as if you're in warrior two legs, and then walk your hands out again just to where you can, lengthening out through both sides of the waist. Nice, easy breath. And then just bring the hands a bit closer towards you. Come back down onto that knee. Walk the hands back to center. Everyone just making your way back into down facing dog. And then just come down onto the left knee, the right knee. Just make your way to a seated position. Just sit over to one side. And let's have the right leg in front of the left. If you need to, just sit on a cushion here just to elevate your hips. And extend those arms out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's reach down towards that right hand. Extend the left arm over. And then inhale to come back up through center. Exhale, leaning out over towards the left. Keep pressing down through that right sitting bone. And then inhale up through center. Exhale down to the right. Inhale up through center. And exhale down to the left. Inhale up through center. And this time we're just going to hold it over to the right. You might want to stay on your hand. If you can, come down all the way to forearm too. Make sure you've got plenty of space for your belly. You can turn the head to look up. One more inhale. Exhale completely there. And then inhale, coming all the way back up. Just take an inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Move your feet a little bit further away from you so you've got space for your belly, and then hands out in front of you and just walking your hands forward. Let the head relax down. And then let's walk the hands back up. We'll swap the legs around, so just have the left leg in front. Reach those arms out to the side again. Take an inhale. Exhale over towards the left. Inhale up through center. Exhaling over to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhaling over to the left. One more time, right and left. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right. And then inhale up, and then exhale over to the left. And we're just going to hold it here. And turn the head to look up. And then inhale up through center. Let's exhale over to the right. Just hold it here. And then inhaling, coming back up. And as you exhale, just move those feet just a little bit further away from you so you can just walk your hands forward. Really letting the breath just slow down. Feeling the shoulders relax. And then let's inhale, walk your hands back up, and we'll just get ready for Shavasana. So make sure you've got your bolster or one or two cushions that you can have in front of you. So pop the cushions down, lying down on your left hand side. Use your block or a pillow for your head. Just grabbing those cushions or bolster, pop that right knee on top. Let that left hand just be relaxed. Right hand slightly in front of you, you can just rest it on your side, and then closing down your eyes. Just with each exhale, let the body just get a little bit softer. Allow the face to be soft. I'm just going to rest here just for a few minutes. Now feeling free to stay here if you've got the time. Otherwise, just gently starting to deepen into your breathing. Just wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes. Just bring that right hand down in front of you. Bring the right knee down. Just carefully make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Either sitting on your cushions or just cross your legs. Rest the hands lightly on your thighs. Close your eyes. Let's bring the palms of the hands together into prayer. And just to finish today, let's bring the fingertips in between the eyebrows for clear thought, to the lips for honest speech, and in front of the chest for an open heart, bowing the head down towards your hands. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling good. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.